Hello everyone, this is Sean and today I'm going to show you how to create and work with Google Sheets. Let's go ahead and open up our Google Sheet. If you don't know how to open this, you technically just type sheets.google.com and this page will come up. Obviously you have to log into your account that you want to use, so here I am logged in and ready to start the work. Now for the purpose of this work, I'm going to show you a couple of the examples that I have created using Google Sheets, and also I will relate that to one of the other examples I put on YouTube for how to manage your classroom using Google Sheets. Now let's go ahead and open up a file called student markmaster. I'm a lecturer, I teach, and this is Google Sheets I'm trying to use for managing my classroom and record marks. So it's pretty simple forward as you look at it. It looks like Excel. There's cells you can work with. The benefit of Excel or Google Sheets, both of them, is that every cell has a specific name and position. So this one is G12 and this cell is, for example, H18, and you can relate these cells together to do different things. So I'm going to go over a couple of these to show you how it works. The environment of Google Sheet is very similar to Excel. You have few new options like the decimal places or the percentage that might be useful more often than the average or normal standard options that Excel gives you. Even sometimes professional users of Excel can still use Google Sheets, and all of the functions and all of the properties of Excel are already in the Google Sheets as well. So I'm going to show you a couple of them. For example, let's go ahead and create a new sheet using this plus sign here. So I have a new sheet here. I'm going to call it test. Actually, I'm going to call it example. So this is the example I want to do. So I'm going to have some names like A, B, C, D, E, F, and I can put some numbers for each. I don't know, these numbers could be deposit money if it's a business, or if it's bank, or it could be marks or if it's a student. And you have a bunch of functions you can work with just like Excel. So if you press equal sign, this function here will be activated, and you can write some short forms of mathematical and computer programming equations that you want to use. For example, I can just click, for example, sum, and highlight the numbers that I want the sum to be and equal. So this would be the sum of this of these numbers. Obviously, if you change these, the sum will automatically change. So there's a lot of things you can do. So sum is one of the functions. I can change it to, let's put another example. So I'm going to call this the average of these numbers. So there's a lot of things we can do with it. One of the interesting points that I discovered I can use is the connection between two Google Sheets. As you can see here, I have two Google Sheets, one called Student Marks Master, and I'm going to open another one. Let's open a blank one. Okay, so this is what the blank is going to show. I can connect this Google Sheet, Google Sheet to the other one. This has a lot of benefits. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you. So let's say I have the average, and I'm going to call this cell, I have to put equal signs so the program knows that I'm going to program something. I'm going to create an average of these numbers. So the average is 109, and I can change the decimal place to 110. So this is the average I want. Let's say for the other spreadsheet, I only want to bring automatically the value of the average to this part. Now let's say this is another part. This has a name, well, I should say class name, And here I can have the average. Okay, let's say I want this cell to contain this value here, but automatically. So if I do some changes here, this spreadsheet is going to change automatically. So there's a function that I can use here to relate these two together. It's called the import range. Okay, so this is the function we're going to use, import range. After import range, you have to open the quotation and you have to give the name of the file that you want to relate this sheet to. The name of the file is going to be this file, and the name is between the d slash and before the slash edit. So this would be the part, this is the name of this Google Sheet. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, so this is the name of the Google Sheet that I want to get the data from. So comma, I open quotation again, I go and then I say the name of the page of that Google Sheet that I'm going to use. It's called example. So I'm going to write that here, example, and then I'm going to have the exclamation mark. This is the just part of the equation. After you use the name of the page, you have to put the exclamation mark, and also the name of the cell that you want to use. So this cell here is number 16E, so it's E16. So I'm going to create E16, and then I'm going to close quotation and close bracket. I'm going to allow access, the connection between two sheets, and as you can see, this average is automatically taken from the other page. Now I can even make changes here, 25, which will accordingly change the average, and then if I go to the other page, I'll see that the average in here will change. So technically I'm linking these two sheets together. There's a lot of benefits. So for example, if you want a sheet that only contains average, but you don't want to have the detail of the calculations, or for any other reason you want to have like a form that only expresses the results and not the calculations, so you can use that. In fact, I'm going to show you one of the examples that I use in my classroom. So the example I'm using in my classroom is called Student Performance Sheet. This is the file I share with students. Now, in here, students are only allowed to look at the marks and they can't make any changes. Every value here is linked to an appropriate value to the other page. One of the other benefits of using Google Sheet is that you can set the privacy. Let's go ahead and create a blank sheet. So any sort of data could be here. Let's say there are some names and there are some numbers. Most important benefit of using Google Sheets over Excel is that your file is technically being saved under this name in Google domain, and also a copy in your Google Drive. In other words, there is no file that you have to actually carry or save on your email or have it on a USB drive or anything. As long as you have access to internet, you can access to any of these files from Google Sheet. This is the most important benefit. Another benefit is the share button here. With controlling the properties in share button, you can share this folder with certain people. As you can see, I'm sharing this file with the condition I'm making with this college, and also I'm setting it that people can only view it. You can set it that people can view and edit, you can view but can only comment, or you can turn it off. That means everyone the only people that can see it is the people that you give this link to. So instead of having a file that you have to carry around, you now have a link that you can easily share everywhere. You can share it on your Facebook, you can share it on your YouTube, or anywhere you want, and anyone can have this file, this link, and access this information. This is an amazing feature of Google Sheets. You can change the colors. There's a lot of features you can work. I hope this session was helpful. Subscribe. for more videos, and see you next time.